Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady, on this kind of damp Monday morning Leather Bag Lady weather report. How are you all today? It is, yeah, it's kind of crummy. It's not raining, it's not snowing, it's not sunny, it's not anything. It's just kind of a damp, kind of gloomy day. We have had an incredible amount of fog over the weekend, but we will talk about that after today's bag. So today's bag is just a kind of simple leather bag. It's chocolate brown. I love the brushed gold hardware. I just love this. Whenever I find, just looking to see if I've got anything in front of me. No, this is a very vintage. I've listed this bag as an 80s bag, partly because of this. Same on the other side. So it's a little bit of a hobo style. Love this center zipper. Just it. I mean, when do you see bags that have a zipper right down the middle? I just think it's so cool. And it stretches from this side to this side. You'll get your phone in there, no problem. And it's only on the one side. So you've got lots of space there to put whatever you want in that pocket. There is a zipper pocket on the back as well. Now, I've done a little bit of, well, you know what? I think I might need to do a little bit of recoloring. I can see there are just a few little spots here. I thought I would get away with just moisturizing it, but no, I think I'm going to have to mix a little bit of color. That's okay. It's just, there's just you can barely see it, but I'm not happy with it. So I moisturized it and thought that would be good enough, but I guess as the moisturizer is soaking in, it's not. I try and stay away from recoloring. I mean, I love doing it. It can be very frustrating, especially still got that stuff hanging around. Especially when it is like blues, browns, purples, pinks. Like I don't have the exact color. I mean, I guess brown is going to be the easier because I have a very, very dark brown Clyde's color cream. And I do have to mix it, but I'll be able to mix it, not a problem, because I've still got that Juicy Couture bag that I'm recoloring. So I probably should just do like a brown day or something. But it's got a really nice big gusset on it. And I love this kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's almost like the seam is external, I want to say, but it's not. It's just got a little bit of a lip with the seam. I kind of like that. I like things that are simple but different. So you've got a pocket on the back. Did I tell you that already? There's no branding on this pretty bag. No branding at all, which is frustrating because it's such a pretty bag. It's got a nylon interior in perfect condition. There is a zipper compartment. No slips. Didn't have phones and stuff in the 80s. Could even be 70s, but I'm 98% sure this color puts it in the 80s. I wish it had a brand to it or something, but it doesn't. So it is a shoulder bag for sure. You can't adjust the strap, unfortunately. So it's a shoulder and it's just that hobo shape. So you're gonna not look too crazy to have it as a higher sitting crossbody. I wouldn't do it because why would I want to advertise that? I mean, even the thing is like, whoop! No, thank you. Not for me, but I'm sure there's some of you out there that would enjoy wearing it like that. Not this girl. So there we go. Got a little bit of work to do on this baby, which I will get cracking with a little bit of color loss in the corners too. So I will take care of all that. But I really liked it. I found that bag the same time I found the Coach bucket bag in Chatham. So we had a fantastic weekend in the falls, a very different weekend to any of the weekends, any of the overnights I've had in the falls. I've been staying in the falls for probably regularly for probably about 14 years. I love it. It is my sanctuary. We were talking about it over the weekend that as soon as I get there, my shoulders drop. I love it. But this was a very different trip. If you follow me regularly, you know that we are in the middle of Lent, and I always give up something significant for Lent. So this year it's booze and thrifting. It was supposed to be chocolate, but yeah, we've kind of dropped off the bandwagon on that one. But you know what? It was 3 huge things, and I guess one of them was going to give. Alcohol, not missing it at all. And the thrifting, it was tough not to thrift. But I tell you what, it freed up a lot of time for us to do some different stuff. We went for a walk. We went from the hotel into Clifton Hill. We got some cool sunglasses at my favorite sunglass spot right next to Antica, Italian restaurant. This gentleman's got to be easily in his mid to late 70s. He owns the business. He doesn't trust anybody anymore to run it for him. The business is for sale, but he is there every day. And I am sure he just wants to retire. But he sells the coolest sunglasses for $5. And he has been selling them for $5 since I've been going to the falls, which, as I said, is 14, 15 years on a regular basis. I mean, I've always gone to the falls. Whenever somebody visits Canada or this part of Ontario, you take them to the falls. But when I was in a previous relationship, we would go every Wednesday night for date night. And we loved it. And now I don't do that anymore. Obviously, moved on doing different things, but I do go regularly to stay over. I'm going to get back to doing that a little bit more frequently, just with the thrifting and, getting my business plan smartened up. I actually need to redo that. I don't have a business plan based on the new road that I'm taking the shop at the shed down. So need to do that soon. But I am going to be thrifting, not thrifting. I am going to be doing 2 bag shows at retirement homes back to back, April 2nd and 3rd in the falls, and I am going to stay over. So I'll get lots of work done. It'll be during the week, so unfortunately I'll probably be on my own. We're not at that weekend shift yet for Pius. He's still hanging in there with his, he's still on WSIB, so we can't make any major changes until he's back in the truck, which he is, but not doing his own job. He absolutely relaxed. 9 o'clock Saturday night, he was passed out. So, you know what? It wasn't that kind of trip. Like I said, we went to the casino, which is something we don't normally do either. And I think we came out even. I think we came out with $100. So I have a really hard time gambling. I've never had the money to do that. And the one time I did, I think I lost $40 and I was ill. I mean, that was a week's groceries for me. And I've never really been able to do it after that. And usually Pius will give me some money, and I hate using his money for that. So I think he gave me $40 and I was down to like 13, and then it went back up to 24. I'm like, okay, I'm cashing in. At least I can give you half your money back. I just don't like it. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a waste of money, but as Pius says, it's entertainment, and there we go. We went to Chippewa, to my favorite spot. where Pius asked me to marry him at my favorite, not right on the dock, just on the other side of the street. But we always pass there and reminisce, and it's a wonderful, wonderful time. Lots of changes in the falls, actually. And talking about changes, I listed today's bag. So my phone did an update yesterday morning, I think, through the night. My listing screen on Etsy is completely different. Like, I don't mind you tweaking a thing or two, but it is a completely different experience now listing a bag. Like, we just get used to doing one way, and then like I said, it is not just a little screen change or whatever. The whole process is completely different. Like, I'm writing the description and it's not giving me the ability to put breaks in the description. So I'm saving it as a huge big paragraph, and then I've got to go back in and edit it to split it up so that it's in paragraphs. Like, how is that efficient? That is such a waste of time. I don't know. It's so frustrating. It really is frustrating. And especially coming from a person who doesn't know what they're doing. So anyway, so that was our weekend. We came home yesterday. We visited my mom and dad briefly on the way home, and had a great shop at the shed on Friday. Thank you to all my followers and customers. I really appreciate you. My new subscribers, if you're still hanging in there, well, it's quite early in our video at 11 minutes. If you follow me regularly, you know we've gotten up to 30 minutes before, but I'm trying to cut back a little bit. So, yeah, we had a great weekend. Yesterday was just a kind of lazy rest of the day. We needed the break. We really did. Pius and I have had a rough 2 or 3 months, and we really needed to get away. And we're getting really excited about May's on its way. I think the temperatures have kind of given us a bit of a premature feeling of, getting the trailer up and running. We talked a little bit about the trailer and what our game plan is going to be for the renovation that we're going to have to do. We're desperate for the trailer to open, but as Pius says, there's part of him that's not that desperate, because I think it's going to be a big job. But I do think it's going to look a lot worse than it actually is once we start ripping it apart. But we're not going to know until we get there. So, was there anything else I wanted to talk to you about? I don't think so. I've pulled, I'm starting to pull some other tickets. I'm working on that one. I just haven't had time. I'm seeing my clients a lot extra. March is going to be a bit of a crazy month, because my new client I see 3 times a week, as well as my existing clients, plus my shop at the sheds, so I don't have a lot of extra time during the day at the moment, but I am starting to book more shows. So I pulled a ticket that is going to just help me organize my show calling, because it's pretty well cold calling now post-COVID. There's very, very few staff members who are in the same role that they were in when COVID hit. So I'm calling all my facilities and trying to reconnect with whoever's running the activity department now, because that's who tends to deal with the vendors. So I'm going to visit most, if not all, of my facilities this year. Again, either to do a show or just to drop off a stack of note cards to let people know that I am online, that they can purchase bags still. They're just not going to be seeing me as much, if at all, in their facility. So Georgetown was the area that I pulled. I don't normally do shows in Georgetown, but I think I did once or twice. But I'm going to call and see if I can do a couple, and then I'll just hand out flyers to the rest of them. And then what else did I pull? I pulled something else. What was the other thing I pulled? I can't remember. just one of those days. One of those days. My client just called me before I started the video, so we are heading out tonight. I will see both clients tonight starting at 2:30. So I'm going to love you and leave you, as my mother says. Have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.